guys, what's going on? It is Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale, and I'm so excited. It is 2019, it is a new year, and it's time for some new guests into the channel here. And today I have Anthony, aka Graveyardfam, who's currently 15th in the world right now. Graveyardfam, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well, Ash. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Welcome to the channel, man. I can see from your profile here, I got to ask you about this name first off, but obviously you've been around, man. You have a lot of high season trophy finishes, a really impressive profile. Obviously, the name Graveyardfam I love, but I got to ask, is it difficult when you pretty much all your opponents know what you're playing based on the name?
I mean, yeah, definitely it increases the difficulty because people will generally, I usually don't know what spell people have until I drop a graveyard, and it tends to be poison. So yeah. I think that but in the same token, it's made it so I'm better equipped to counter certain decks or to work around certain hard counters because we're both playing with the knowledge that I'm running graveyard.
Yeah, and the deck that you're running today, the one that you actually, a lot of people reached out to me trying to get you on the channel, so I'm happy that you were willing to come on voice especially. And this is kind of like an interesting deck because we've seen Graveyard Freeze. We've seen Graveyard Bowler Baby Dragon. Yep. We've seen maybe even Graveyard Furnace, but having all of those together in this deck makes for something a bit unique. So tell us why you like it, and you know, maybe what the key cards are in this deck.
Yeah, I mean, so firstly, for reasons of convenience, I'm mainly a free-to-play player, and the Graveyard Freeze meta that is right now is predominantly the splashyard rendition. So think about, you have usually Infernal Dragon, Ice Wiz, E-Wiz, and those are all legendary cards, and I don't have them leveled up.
Okay,
so
all right.
I kind of had to think a little bit off my toes in terms of developing a deck. And so this is kind of like the closest I could get to Splashyard without NATO. And it's also equally controlling in the sense that you have the Furnace to kite things. The Snowball is literally my favorite card in the entire game right now. I think it's incredibly underrated.
Wow, I love to hear that. Okay.
Yeah, and then Bowler is my favorite defensive card of all time.
Awesome.
So.
Well, I have a lot of questions about this deck, but let's just go ahead and jump into some gameplay. We're going to do kind of like half live today, guys, and half replays against some really difficult matchups. I had Fam, I guess I'll call you Fam, I don't know. Yeah. I had Graveyardfam pick out the his like most difficult matchups, and all these guys are just absolute beasts. Don Palestina, and we're going to be watching this one here against this dude too. Both very high finishes last season on ladder. Before we do that, you want to hop into a live first?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's do it. It might take a while, so we'll come back when we find a match here, guys.
Okay, I'm in a match finally.
Here we go. We finally found a match. That was a long wait against Johnny Sins from Dark Alliance. I was just asking you in the thing that we edited out there if you considered playing in CRL, and you said you'd have to work. You said you have considered it, but you have to work on your deck versatility, and that makes sense, right? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I ran okay, so I think this might be Balloon. This is either Balloon or Graveyard.
Okay, all right.
But so I ran a grand challenge the other day for the first time in like 3 years.
Oh, really?
It was fun, yeah.
Yeah, you don't think about that, but yeah, like you need to, I guess that's an important part of prepping for like competitive leagues is actually buying gems to play in grand challenges and stuff. I do want to, okay, I'll let you deal with this first.
Yeah.
And there's the importance of that snowball.
The snowball.
And you push that balloon away, and that's going to allow
avoid
you to
tower
deny
damage.
All damage. Wow.
Yeah.
Was that on purpose?
That's my
pushing
favorite
it
play.
to the furnace?
Yeah.
Beast mode, dude. I love that play. All right, cool. So now you know exactly what he's playing. What's your game plan going to be here?
Honestly, Double Elixir is my friend because we both kind of have like build-up decks, and at this moment in time, he can kind of counter everything that I have. So once we get to Double Elixir, though, it'll give me more opportunities for like sneak pushes or defensive pushes because I can usually defend a balloon push with minimal damage in single Elixir. So then when Double Elixir comes around, I might have more leeway to kind of go in a little more aggressively with my Graveyard.
Yeah.
Unless he uses Bar Barrel up front, then I'll Graveyard most times.
Okay. Very interesting to see how this goes. Setting up that Furnace opposite lane, just kind of buying more time. 15 seconds left here in regulation.
Yeah.
This could be kind of... Okay.
Yeah, he definitely has matchup too, which is a little annoying because he has the... Well, when I go in for a Graveyard, he has the NATO and the Bar Barrel. And then he also has the Inferno Dragon, which is... So also sometimes I'll just go in with the Naked Graveyard.
Okay, here we go.
To kind of throw him off. And so he went to Balloon.
And you freeze there. You're going to Snowball again. He freezes as well. But you're going to not take tower, but you do a ton of damage. He only gets one hit with that balloon. That was really nice.
Yeah, that's the Snowball, honestly, because I think its slowdown duration is 2.5 seconds, which after the recent
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Yeah, sorry.
No, don't.
He's gonna freeze probably.
Yep. Are you gonna freeze?
And I'm gonna
here?
push. No, I'm gonna push the balloon to the middle, so that way he has less incentive to freeze.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so
yeah,
this
but
kind
oh,
go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
No, you'll go ahead.
No, I was saying that the duration of the Snowball like slowdown effect is 2.5 seconds, I believe, which is half the duration of freeze. So that means if he freezes and the balloon isn't right next to my tower, it kind of automatically gives me a little more time for that freeze to run out before he does any real damage.
Mm-hmm. Makes total sense. So you bowler here. You know this guy's just he needs to hit you hard with a balloon here, lumberjack, and here he comes.
He's not going to do the lumberjack, I don't think, because I don't know if he has enough elixir for it. Or
he used it on your graveyard too. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And so he's probably going to freeze the lumberjack.
There it is.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh my God! What is freeze damage at max?
Inferno Dragon. Yeah. Okay, I think I might have this right now though, because he just put his Inferno Dragon.
Oh man, it's a race. You have the Snowball. Snowball's down. RNG!
Yes.
Oh, you got it!
And I had my freeze on the balloon anyways.
Oh man, okay, that was tricky. Did he freeze, or did you defensive freeze on the Inferno Dragon, or did he offensive freeze?
I defensive freezed because I thought he was gonna freeze, so I
got you. I got you, man. Well, that was a nice first match here on the channel, man. All right, so which one do you want to start with here on the replays? You want to go against Don, or do you want to face off against the Chinese guy?
We could do Don.
All right, let's go ahead.
Minor mortar bait, which is like insanely popular right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's press play in 3, 2, 1, go. And while you're before we get into the in-depth strategy, I have to ask you. So, free-to-play strategy, leveling up decks. Did you just focus on one archetype? Is that how you were able to get it to max eventually? Obviously, you didn't play GCs.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Archetype for sure. I've been playing the game for like 2 years, but I wouldn't consider myself even close to like skilled until maybe within the past year.
Okay.
When I actually started playing the game a little more seriously. So I have my mortar maxed for some reason. I have like a bunch of cards leveled up. And then the minor activation with the Snowball.
That was a nice Snowball minor activation, man. All right, well, we'll talk about free-to-play later. Bring us into this match here. Just walk us into the strategy of the deck. Let's talk more a little bit about how the deck works and the correct ways to play it.
Yeah, so the way this deck works, especially against quicker decks like minor mortar bait, is you're going to want to be really, really patient. Because as you see right there, I dropped a baby dragon to defend the lane that he had started to attack in, and immediately he dropped a mortar, right? So if I play a card too aggressively, I'm going to make an over-investment, and then he's going to be able to really, really punish me. Although there's a lot of splash damage in this deck, if you misallocate it, you're going to end up being punished. So I want to kind of take my time, be a little patient.
What about those naked graveyards,
I'm completely okay taking damage. Naked Graveyard?
Yeah, I mean, you did it last match a couple times. Like, I guess when I pick up a graveyard deck, I never know, like, is it just when you know their best counters are out of hand, or like, when's the best time to do that, a naked graveyard?
Well, definitely the best time for the most part is when you know that their counters are out of hand, right? So if I'm facing someone with poison or with log and zap, and I know that they have those in their hand, I'm not going to naked graveyard.
Gotcha.
Unless I'm trying for some reason to bait out their poison. But I think here I freeze. Yeah,
let's pause for a second here. So that time you used the baby dragon, I'm paused at 105 by the way. So that time you used the baby dragon, you had it surviving, and you went in with an aggressive 9 elixir graveyard freeze. Now you are 5 seconds away from double elixir time. Now let's just pretend this was at 2 minutes into the like a minute into the match, at 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Would you still have frozen, or would it be too early on to do that?
Well, I still would have frozen because I know I had elixir advantage. So even right now with my freeze, I think I have like 2 elixir and he has 1. So I'm able to do that because my baby dragon's going to take out at least a couple of the bats, and then I'm not really too concerned about the barbarian.
Okay, so I'm
That's
going to
be wandering down the lane.
Again in 3, 2, 1. At this point, he has the bats down, he has the bar barrel down, and able to get a decent amount of damage. But he still has the damage lead here just by a hair going into double elixir time.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm okay taking damage. I kind of sometimes I'll play this deck like a beatdown deck, if that makes any sense, where I'll kind of just really take my time with it, and I'm okay. Sometimes I'm even okay tower trading, honestly. But that also could just be my play style. So
no, I appreciate it. That's what we have you on here, you know. So here you take that fireball, and you must be thinking, well. So this is kind of another interesting situation. You're forced to just play a bowler here and kind of reload. At this point in your mind in this match, are you worried at all? Like what are you waiting for here? Like,
in all honesty, I'm always worried against minor bait because minor mortar bait. It's just so quick.
Yeah.
And they can just, if you misplace one card, it's kind of, you can be punished and lose a tower in 2 seconds. So I'm still trying to be a little patient. I'm not afraid to graveyard or graveyard freeze. I think this is where I win the match, by the way, because he overcommitted.
Yeah, he goes in with minor fireball. Meanwhile, you have freeze, snowball, graveyard.
Yeah.
Nice. And this guy is a beast, the guy that you just beat, too. And you have the name Graveyardfam.
Yeah.
I still can't get over that, man. You got to change it to, like, Bait Fam.
Yeah.
Like, always run Graveyard, then you'll be even better, right?
Right.
Okay, so yeah, this guy is where did he finish? Last season, 24th. Really good player. Now let's watch the other one here, and this matchup is against a giant 3 muskie. Yay. All right, so I'm going to press play in 3, 2, 1. Okay. And then, again, take it from maybe strategy against different difficult matchups such as this one.
Yeah, so I think with this match, once I realized... Actually, I don't even think I did that with this match. I think I was a little aggressive in this match. Just because when I saw the bandit initially, I thought P.E.K.K.A bridge spam. So I was going to kind of chill a little bit. But then, I don't know what it was. Maybe the replay will remind me. But I think I ended up being really aggressive and trying to just take... I think he drops a giant. But generally, I want to see what cards they have because they're going to have counters to my graveyard. Especially with graveyard being so popular in the meta right now. So I think I'm kind of just waiting that out. But then he dropped the giant and I graveyard here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay, so you graveyard right into the giant. He's obviously has minion horde ready. You have your freeze ready, and that's an easy freeze for you.
Yeah, definitely.
And then he's using your secret weapon, the Snowball.
Yeah. Snowball is actually, I'm so sad. It's going to get nerfed eventually. It's so good. It's so good.
The use rates are still low enough where I think that you can definitely at least survive another balance change. But here, this is difficult. This is a difficult matchup, especially when you get into double elixir time. So, what do you, like, I've always sucked at splashyard. Like, I'll just throw it out there. So, how does your play style change with this deck, especially against this matchup specifically, because this is what we're watching right now, when it comes to double elixir time?
Well, I want to keep, well, when it comes to double elixir time, I want to apply as much pressure as I can, because I want to kind of give him less of a reason to play 3 muskies, right? So he's less likely to play 3 muskies if I have a graveyard push coming and he knows that I have freeze.
So you're playing aggressive, and you're setting the pace to this matchup here, not him.
Yeah. So and I don't even think he's dropped a pump this whole match. And if he did once on the left.
First one, right there. So I get it. So it's almost like kind of like a goal. And again, right here is a good example of that, right? Before he has enough time to save up 9 elixir, now he's going to play 3 muskies, it looks like. Yeah. But it took him forever, and he lost his pump because of it. Yeah, exactly.
And so it's kind of about finding the balance between, like, being prepared to defend, like, massive push, given its giant 3 muskies battle ram, but also being relatively aggressive such that you're not just kind of bombarded without having any damage. You want to prevent them from doing everything that they can. So I freeze the minion horde because it was just going to create a problem.
And man, that freeze snowball combo really helped you out there, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's also really good again. I didn't use it in this matchup because I didn't need to, but 3 muskies. Like, how sometimes people in a pinch will put 3 muskies in a lane when they're, the match is about to end. If you snowball or freeze snowball that, it kind of, I think it ends up getting like 3 muskie hits altogether.
Oh, that's not bad at all. And then you freeze at the end here just to make sure you seal the deal, and then there it is. GG's.
Yes,
I like it, man. And another really, really good player, too. I love it. Do you think that in terms of committing with the Graveyard and the Freeze together, so Graveyard Freeze, that 9 elixir push, or even adding the Snowball to it, is that a move that you're going to be a little bit more reluctant to do in single elixir time unless you have an elixir advantage or they drop something like in the back, like heavy?
Yeah, those are the 2 scenarios where I'd be most comfortable doing it. Sometimes I will if I know what deck they're running. So, for example, like if I'm facing a Lava Hound deck, right, or Lava Loon more particularly, and I see him kind of cycle his guards, or I see him cycle his guards and his minion, I'm not afraid to go in for a Graveyard Freeze push.
Okay.
Because my goal is to figure out when Graveyard is going to be most valued, so that it can get the most damage. Because also, the benefit of this deck is once you take a tower, it's very rare that you're going to have a tower taken.
Yeah.
Because it's incredibly defensive.
It's incredibly strong defensively, yeah, for sure. All right, let's go ahead and hop into another match, man. Let's do another live
All right.
to end off the video. Let's see if we can go flawless.
Yeah.
Okay, what does it give you for a search time? I might edit here.
Gives me 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
All right, we'll be right back with you guys.
All right, I'm in.
All right, here we go.
This is another mortar. I think this has Prince, though.
Okay, and you think that Prince, we're actually
I have
talking...
lost to this person.
We were talking off, there it is, you called it.
Yeah.
We were talking off when we edited it out, and you said that Prince was the much more difficult matchup of the Rascal Mortar versus Prince Mortar.
Yeah.
So we will see.
100%.
Dark Goblin does so well against Furnace. It's just like...
Yeah. Dark Goblin does well against everything.
Yeah. All right, there it is. You called it.
Version. All right.
So you know exactly what deck he's playing. That was a nice predictive luck on his part, but didn't work out.
Yeah, I've faced this person. I think I faced this person twice today.
Oh my god.
Knowing that they have Prince, I'm going to Graveyard because he used his log.
And there's the Freeze. He has Dark Goblin, but that's he has his bats ready too, but you get a lot of damage. See, I always get nervous going in for the Graveyard Freeze that early there because I'm just always afraid that I'm not going to be able to defend, but you seem to have it on lockdown.
Yeah, I think that's what I was talking about earlier when I said I'm comfortable taking some damage. Like right now, he's going to get damage lead back.
Yeah.
Or she, I don't know. But I don't mind that, honestly.
Okay.
As long as I'm chipping away at their tower too and forcing them to kind of make some plays that they don't want to have to make, I'm cool with it.
And you play the Furnace over there, knowing that the Mortar could do that with the Mortar, but is that still your preferred spot? That way he's not using the Mortar on offense?
Yeah, I'd prefer a defensive Mortar to an offensive Mortar.
Gotcha. So you're just basically biding time again here till double elixir at this point.
Yeah, I'm in a Graveyard again too.
Okay.
Because the Baby Dragon can get some damage done on the Prince and the tower.
For sure. And you get another few hundred chip damage. You're just going to have to deal with this. You have Freeze in hand here. You have Bowler too.
Oh, my Bowler pushed her out of the way. No.
Oh, no!
So this is why Prince is the more difficult of the two. Because like I said earlier, people are just kind of making sure Prince can get to the tower.
Sure. What went wrong there? The Bowler, what happened?
My Bowler pushed the Miner out of range of my Snowball.
Oh, okay, all right.
So I couldn't push him towards the tower.
I got you.
And then they adjusted their placement.
The placement.
So now my tower is in Fireball range, which they are going to take advantage of.
Of course.
I'm hoping they use log here. And they're not going to.
And he doesn't. There's the log. There's Dark Goblin. There's Snowball with the bats. Oh!
All right.
He gets it! He gets it! That was the log was too early on his part?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think that was just a little bit of impatience.
Yep. Wow, look at that. The last second, I thought it was over there. Okay, here we go. We're back in this.
So, double elixir strategy, it's kind of the same thing as what you're doing before, but just a little more comfortable. And I think I have a little bit of a weird graveyard placement when I'm doing 2 crowns.
Okay.
So
you take one little stab from that Prince there, but not that big of a deal.
No, not too big of a deal. I'm more worried about the Mortar.
Yeah, to get that Mortar luck as well. Now he might log here. He does. So now you're freed up for the Graveyard. You have Baby Dragon in the pocket there. You have Freeze in hand. You have Snowball in hand. Does a good job. Of
Yeah,
kind of
I'm not
splitting
gonna
up.
freeze there though. He
Yep.
split up his defenses.
Yep, that was a good job on his part. Fireball comes down. Very, very aggressive push on his part.
Yeah.
Potentially opening up.
Oh, that Dark Goblin.
Oof.
Oof.
Okay. So now it's kind of like, okay, a couple more miners.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So you have to kind of win on this next push, I assume, or
Yeah.
at least get a lot of damage. Yeah. So yeah, that graveyard placement is a bit unorthodox. So you have to go with that wide.
I do that so that way I can freeze both towers, and so that way, ideally, they will be more inclined to place their defenses in between the two towers.
Okay.
But that's GG.
Yeah, that's gonna be GG on this one. But it was you made it close there, man. Taking
Yeah.
that tower down. Good job, Mrs. Joe.
Yeah, well played.
Well played. All right, well, hey, thank you so much for coming on the channel, man. You did a great job at playing live for the first time guest and really explaining the deck. A pleasure to have you on. Any shout-outs or anything like that before we let you go, man?
Definitely. Shout out to Fallon, who kind of contacted you to get me on the channel, first of all. And then shout out to Illuminate Mike, home clan.
All right. So big shouts to those guys. You guys can check out Anthony, aka Graveyardfam's player stats and profile, and keep an eye out for him at the top of ladder at the end of the season. Thanks so much for coming on, man. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Guys, that's going to do it for the video. Check out his stats and player information thanks to satsroyale.com in the show notes below, along with his Twitter and social media information. Guys, huge shout out to Bren Chong, my YouTube partner. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, guys.